Are you ready? Are you ready? Say hi. Say hi. Hi. Well guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be talking about food, solids, specifically baby-led weaning. I am excited to make this video, and I wanted it to be a little bit of an update and just kind of a first-hand experience of what we have experienced with baby-led weaning for the very first time. This is our first baby, this is the first time we've done it, and I just wanted to talk about our overall first impressions, the positive things we've seen from it, and some of the negative things that we've seen from it, so you have kind of a all-comprehensive review of baby-led weaning. So first of all, if you've never heard of baby-led weaning and you don't know what it is, basically you skip over the traditional rice cereals or purees and you head straight to giving them finger foods. In the beginning, you are giving your baby strips of food, and what you're doing, the goal of baby-led weaning is to allow your baby, to number one, teach themselves how to eat, number two, learn how to chew before they learn how to swallow. So it actually prevents a lot of choking later on when they do start swallowing and eating a lot of food. You're letting them be introduced to a variety of different flavors and textures, and just basically giving them the opportunity to learn about food for what it really is, because as they grow up, as they experience food more, it's not all soft, mushy purees. And so a lot of times what happens is as they become toddlers and you start introducing regular food in its normal form, then a lot of pickiness comes in from texture and things like that, because it's just not something that they're used to. So baby-led weaning is hopefully going to eliminate that and allow them to really be able to handle their food, to control their portions, to know when they're hungry, when they're full, and just allow them to experience and learn about food for themselves. So overall, we have loved baby-led weaning. Our first impressions in the very beginning, when you're giving your baby who's only had milk a big ol' stick of food, it is terrifying. It's nerve-wracking because they're trying to shove it in their mouths. They can gag, they can sometimes even vomit. We have not experienced vomiting, but we have experienced some pretty scary gagging. What's amazing about babies at this age though is that the gag reflex is really far in their throat. So when they're putting the food into their mouth and they're gagging, it's not anywhere near the back of their throat where they could actually choke on it. So it's very safe. And it's just very natural for them to do it. She knew what to do when we handed her the piece of food, and it was amazing. Yeah, is this a baby spoon? A baby spoon? We started baby-led weaning about 5.5 months old. Typically, you want to wait until they're 6 months old when they're sitting up on their own. For Denver, we went ahead and started her a little bit early because she was showing all of the signs that she was ready to eat, to the point where it was almost impossible to keep food away from her. She would cry and get her feeling so hurt when we would not let her have the food that we were eating. So we wanted to make sure we introduced her the food when she was ready and when she wanted it. She was sitting up by herself by that point, so that allowed her, if she did swallow the food or if it got too far in the back of their throat, she could cough it out on her own. If they're really hunched over, then that's when it becomes dangerous. So we felt like it was the right time, and I definitely don't regret that decision because she was for sure ready. Oh, watermelon? So we never let her eat unsupervised. We always make sure that we are right there with her, watching her. We want to make sure that we know if she does get a piece in her mouth, how big of a piece she is getting. Like that, she just took a big old bite of that watermelon. And we want to make sure that we can watch her and know what to do if she does start choking. So in the beginning, they are really just experiencing the food. She will take bites off like this and then oftentimes spit out bites that she doesn't want. She has gotten to the point where she can take a bite of food, she can chew it up with her gums, and she can swallow it. Oh my goodness gracious, that was a big bite. So she'll start spitting out the pieces that she doesn't want to swallow, or pieces that she feels like she can't swallow, and she will chew up and swallow the pieces that she feels like she does want to swallow. When she does take a big bite like this, she will want to give herself more, and sometimes, what? Yummy. So she just swallowed a big piece of that. When she does take a really huge bite, she will oftentimes try to put more in her mouth, and sometimes I will just kind of like hold her hand down so that, yeah, she will focus on the food that she has in her mouth as opposed to like continuing to, put more and more in. Sometimes she'll sit there and suck on the food like this, but she really, really enjoys it. I will say that we did go through a phase where she did not want to do this. She did not want the food off of her tray. She did not want to feed herself. She specifically wanted me to feed her from the food that I had on my plate. So she got to a point where she can swallow small pieces of food. She can swallow big pieces now, but I would cut off a piece of my food, something like this, and I would hold it on my finger and give it to her, and she would much rather eat that way instead of picking it up herself. So we just kind of rolled with it. We did that for a while, and then I would put the food back on her tray, and then slowly she started warming back up to it and wanted to pick it up herself. And now she does not enjoy when I feed her. She wants to feed it to herself. If I have something like, let's say, applesauce that you eat off of a spoon, don't drop it on the couch. Yeah, mommy's being risky by letting her eat like in the living room. Thank you. If she has something that she does have to eat off of a spoon, she does not like it when I try to feed her with the spoon. She wants to feed herself with the spoon. So she is able to, if I put something on her spoon, she can pick it up, put it in her mouth, and eat it off of the spoon. It's really incredible. She's learning how to handle her food and developing her motor skills so incredibly well. It's amazing being able to watch that. So some of the positive things from baby-led weaning is overall her motor skills, like I was just saying, are developing immensely. It is amazing what she's able to do, what she's able to pick up, what she's able to learn. I love that she's experiencing so many different types of food. She has not had any aversions to food so far except applesauce, which was really funny. She loves being able to pick things up, and she likes the different textures. I also think it's amazing that she's able to learn how to safely chew her food and swallow it. Every day that we do this, every day that I give her new food, it reduces my anxiety about her eating because she's really learning how to handle food in her mouth and in her throat. Some of the negative things I will say about baby-led weaning, and this might be solids in general, is her digestive system is going through a bit of a learning process. As you introduce foods, any change in diet, as her doctor was saying, any change in diet is going to be kind of shocking for your digestive system, whether you're an infant or whether you're an adult. Oh my goodness. And so we have been just kind of rolling with that a little bit. A lot of babies end up getting constipated when you start solids. Denver, on the other hand, is the other side of the spectrum where we are having more blowouts. She is definitely struggling with a lot of gas, and it is harder for her to go to the bathroom. She is pooping out whatever she is putting in. So if she swallows a big piece of watermelon, tomorrow she will poop out a big piece of watermelon. Yeah, is that good? You want this? No, you want this. So that has been definitely challenging. There was a time where I actually took a few days off of food, of all solids, to see if that would help her stomach. I also did a few days of only purees, and she did have the same response in both cases, and she did not like the purees. She loves being able to eat like this. Oh my
God, Taylor, it's way too big. Way too big.
Good job, honey. Daddy's behind the camera watching Denver, and he's like a little bit nervous. We're still nervous when we do this, but she's doing so good. She totally knows what to do. It's amazing. So anyways, the pooping is definitely a struggle for her. She has, since starting solids, been waking up at night only from gas, which is such a bummer. I have been giving her a little bit more gripe water to kind of settle her stomach down, but I think that's just the learning curve of introducing. Okay. Woo! On the wood, we can clean it up. I think it's just a learning process of introducing any type of food, a new diet. I will mention that as they are doing baby-led weaning, a lot of concern is, well, they aren't getting enough food in. The saying goes, food before one is just for fun. So right now it's for fun, it's for learning, and she is still getting all of her nutrients from breast milk because we are still breastfeeding. So If you have any questions about baby-led weaning, please feel free to ask. This is something that I did a lot of research on. I will leave a book in the description below that I read that has so much information. It actually has baby-led weaning friendly recipes that you can do for your whole family. Something I love about baby-led weaning is that we are able to give her anything that we're eating, anything off of our plate. It hasn't been inconvenient at all or taken any additional time to prep or prepare food for her. It's just, we are cooking things that she can have. We are putting seasonings on the food that we're having, aside from salt and like sugar and things like that, of course. But the only restriction that her doctor gave her is honey. So as long as we don't give her honey, we can have anything. And she has been loving all the different flavors. I will tell you really quick a few of the things that she has loved the most, and I will probably be doing, and I'll try to do some videos in the future of recipes and meal ideas that we have done with her. So her favorite things are watermelon, she loves. Tomatoes are a big favorite. Surprisingly, lemons and limes, she will sit there and she will just suck on them. She loves meat like chicken and ribs. She loves watermelon, broccoli. She has not been a big fan of zucchini, and she has not liked applesauce. Yeah, but other than that, she loves food. So I hope that this video was helpful for you. I hope it gave you like a comprehensive view of kind of our experience with baby-led weaning so far. And let me know if you have any questions. I'd love to kind of talk to you guys about it, have an open discussion. And if you have any tips for baby-led weaning, please let me know. One thing I will warn you about is it is messy. So enjoy the mess, have fun with it, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys. I am so excited to be kicking off the Refreshing Motherhood series with so many amazing moms here on YouTube. And I really felt like I was personally inspired by all of these moms, and these are moms that I have looked up to in my short motherhood journey, and I felt so strongly that if we all band together and we all start talking about topics that are a lot of times unrealistic on social media or just unrealistic in your community, in your world, and we just say, hey, I've struggled with infertility and here's how I got through it. I've struggled with postpartum depression. I just posted a video saying that I right now am struggling with postpartum anxiety, and there's tons of other moms who experience that.
Give the baby watermelon in the living room, they said. It'll be fun.